There's always an attachment. There's always an attachment. You know, it's like having an affair with another woman. And you think to yourself, it's just the sex. But what is sex? It's an expression, right? A physical expression that is attributed to the continuity of life. So it is an essential expression, and that physical expression sort of permeates an emotional response, which creates an attachment to the act itself. See, that emotional response, you can attribute it to pleasure, pain, whichever direction you want to go with it. You know, so the physical act permeates an emotional response. That emotional response, if it's pleasurable enough, if it's stimulating enough, it would create an attachment because there's a desire for it to continue. So you will want more of that physical performance so you can get stimulated emotionally as well. I tend not to talk about spiritual things with regards to this because I'm not that experienced. I don't know. I can't defend what I'm talking about, but you can see it. So if I go out and I sleep with another woman and I detach, or I assume that I detach aspects of responsibility from that act in order not to feel so bad about it. I'm speaking from experience, by the way. Then I get back and I realize that I was able to have much more of a heightened emotional response as compared to when I'm with my partner. And so this increases the desire in me to want to partake in this event again. And the minute you want to partake in it again and again, that's an attachment. You're attached to that experience. And that attachment can lead to a whole plethora of what's it called again? Feelings, emotions. Those feelings can come, like the feeling of loss. You know, if you not get what you want, if you're like losing it or you've lost it, that can lead to a different kind of response. Hence the reason why we have crimes of passion and all that. So restraint is not what I'd recommend. Processing it, trying to understand what the pros and cons are, and if you believe that you can, consequently deal with the cons simply because the pros seem so attractive, then by all means go ahead. I'm not one to discourage you from doing anything, but there are consequences for every action. It's not a question of the moral code of fidelity and infidelity, which is really bullshit because the whole society is structured on false narratives. And this is all about looking for a way to harmonize human existence. That's why we have all these religions and stuff. But the understanding that there's a consequence for my actions and the willingness to accept that responsibility if I step up and take that action, that's more important for me than adhering to any dogma, because that removes any quasi-justification from the entire equation, and it puts the responsibility for doing what you do solely on your head, on my head. I know I'm fully responsible for what I have done. I can't blame anything, anyone, anybody else, any temptation, circumstance, situation, anything, no. When you are able to sit down and analyze the actions that you're about to take and fully rationalize the consequences the actions would bring or probably occur based on observation and experience, and you make an informed choice, then you should be willing to deal with the consequences of making an informed choice. Now imagine if we attributed this to everything that we do. We make informed choices with regards to every single thing that we do, because we always have a choice. We can weigh out the pros and cons and do the self-analysis in record time. The more you do it, the better you get at it. And all of a sudden you realize that you make more constructive choices. I wouldn't use the word better, but more constructive choices, because those choices you understand. One, what the possible outcome would be, and you analyze for yourself if you can live with that outcome, if you can deal with the weight of responsibility that comes with that outcome, as compared to this other outcome, as compared to that other outcome. There are quite a number of outcomes. You don't look at it in terms of duality. There are infinite outcomes, but you have to pick one and then deal with that particular reality. But don't run away from the responsibility of the outcome. So that's where the informed choice comes into play. You know?